one-off jobs. I am currently painting all of these. I've used the cardboard from the cylinder, the new cylinder, and opened it up as my base, which is really handy. These are the covers for the ceiling, which has all the trunking and did have the old heating pipes in it. Dad has lifted the pipes up a little bit further, which will allow us in the future to replaster the ceiling. But for just now, we're just going to leave these on because this room's not getting renovated. But I thought I'd make them look a little bit better. And instead of them being this brown colour, let me show you underneath this one. Instead of them being this brown colour, I am painting them white just to blend in a little bit with the ceiling because they stood out so much. Yeah, so this is what they cover. So the pipes going out, it did have the oil feed as well coming in to the boiler, but that's obviously now gone because the boiler is situated in the garage, so that's good news. So it's stripped out and there was always access needed for like pulling cables. I mean, some of these are our cables, but some have been done from before. But once we've done all the refurb of the house, then I'm hoping that I'll be allowed to replaster this ceiling and get rid of this because, yeah, Dad has intentionally put his pipes higher than the actual woodwork joist. He's had to go through the main wood, which is a bit of work, but it allows us to then be able to plasterboard and sheet on top and get rid of this step down section because the other pipes were below that. So he's now put the pipes higher up, which allows us to be able to get rid of all this trunking eventually when we renovate down here. And then we won't have any access, but we won't need any access, I hope, because everything will be done. So I'm hoping I'll be allowed to replaster it. But at least the board's been changed from brown to white, might make this look a little less obvious. It might be a little less conspicuous, but I doubt it. It's still going to stand out like a sore thumb, but yeah, hoping it'll be a little bit better than it is currently. So I'm going to get the second coat done on these, then go and have a bath and then get the third coat done so that they're dry for tomorrow for Dad to finish off doing some work in here and then get the boards back up. When I said that Amazon came to deliver things more than the postie. I'm going to open these up and then I will lay out what I have. I don't normally share Christmas presents, but there's a couple of things in here that are fantastic presents and we've bought them for giving as gifts and I think they'd be useful for you guys to see as well. I'm literally filming here. Welcome back. Yes, I'm in a strange spot. This looks really weird. I'm like really low down. Let me move you a little bit. There's that slightly better. Yeah, you're literally here because if you could see the rest, this is like the only clean square. And I've been tidying all week because we kind of got into a bit of a mess after my birthday. And I've been tidying, I've been doing washing, I've been putting washing away, but my iron broke. So I am now waiting. We've got a new iron on the way. So I will share that with you too. Maybe not in this vlog because I don't think it'll be here by the time. It might be. And if it is, I will share with you what I bought. I say I bought. Steve did all the research for me. I gave him my criteria and he basically found the one that was the best value and the best one. So I will let you know what that is when it comes, but I am looking forward to, I enjoy ironing, so I am looking forward to that arriving. And I'm also looking forward to tackling the 3-4, I think the 5th load of washings on just now. It's the same as like Christmas. Like I get everything up to date before a special event and then I just kind of fall behind and it's kind of like the lag after Christmas, you know, where you're excited that it's been, like I was so excited my birthday's been. I love my birthdays, absolutely love them. And I hope you enjoyed the vlog as well. But I do enjoy my birthdays, but it's kind of like that lull, you know, after. So it literally has been tidying, organising stuff. I've been told I can't start any new projects. I said this at the beginning of the summer. I'm not allowed to start any new projects until I finish all my old ones. So I've got quite a few bits and pieces to finish off. And little jobs to do, you know, those little things that you just think, oh, I'll do that another time. I'm trying to get through all of those because I have got a project that I would love to start and I've been told I can't start it until I'm kind of up to date with outstanding projects. So if I can get that done this week and next week, I feel like I've proved myself that I can start a new project, considering we're not even finished the drying room yet. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to win this battle because we've still got quite a lot to do in there as well. Never mind. I have got a couple of deliveries, as you saw. The sun was shining earlier
absolutely glorious sunshine, and the sun's gone away now and it's dull. It's getting dark already and it's only 2:30. So I'm having a cup of tea before, a cup of peppermint tea, before I collect the children from school. And I thought I'd share with you what was in the packages. So I'm trying to be organised with my Christmas shopping. Now that we kind of know who we're buying for, I want to be able to enjoy this festive season. So I have kind of bought things already. I actually bought pyjamas for the children that we buy for in the January sales, White Company January sales this last year. So I knew in January that I'd be buying for them again this year. So I bought them. So they're upstairs in the loft. They've been stored up there since they arrived last year. So I've got that, but I always do the same, like the families that we buy for, they buy pyjamas for our two, so that they all, usually in normal years, we would have a get together and then they would all change into their new pyjamas. And then we would do a drive home, easy bedtime in the car, and they sleep on the way home in their new pyjamas, and it's a novelty of putting on their new pyjamas. So that's kind of a routine we've got into. So in general, we buy new pyjamas for each other. This year's going to be slightly different, but I've still got the pyjamas because obviously in January I didn't know that this year was going to be how it has been. So I've still got those, and then usually put a toy in. So for one of the children to go with their pyjamas, I have bought this toy that I've got down here. Now, Bartley got this for his birthday, absolutely loves it. And not only does he love it and he can play it himself, which is a total benefit, but the family love it. And it's not just for, it says for 6+, but it's not just for, let me put this down and I'll show you it. Okay, right, so this is the game. It's called the Genius Square, and it's from the Happy Puzzle Company. Now, if you have children that love family games, we love a family game, but quite a lot of the family games get a bit boring. Like, there's only so many times you can play the game of life, and there's only so many times that you can do what's the farmyard one. There's only so many times as an adult that you can play it without thinking, oh, not that game again. This game is good for the whole family, and we have had Grandma and Grandpa battling on this. But basically what you do is, I will take out the box and show you, because this is actually Bartley's present that he got for his birthday. So I will take this one out and show you the idea behind the games, and it's the same for the other age groups. So this one is for 6+, so this is sort of middle of the road in terms of age. However, all these games, I haven't played the other two games yet, but I would imagine that they're okay for the entire family. But this one is a perfect game for the entire family. But a square location, so letters and numbers, and you block that square off, and then you have to fit these shapes into the square, and you can either challenge yourself, just do it and try and complete it, or you can race against an opponent and try and beat them to be the first one to finish off this square. But I'll show you that. But this is sort of the middle age range. Now, Grace does manage this one. She is obviously 6 now. However, she does get frustrated because obviously she is a bit younger. So this one is one that she'll be getting for Christmas, and it's the younger version. It's for ages 3 to 8. So it will also be good for the younger members of our family to be able to play with them as well, so they are not missing out too. But it's also at the top end of Grace's age range as well, and it's the B one. It's the same sort of idea, except it has got its numbers, and then you block off the numbers, and then you have to fit the shapes in of honeycomb design. So I think that'll be really good as a build up to this one. This one, as I say, Grace does manage it, but when you're racing against someone, it's a bit more difficult for her because obviously she's that little bit younger, but it is within her age range, obviously 6+. But this one I think will be a brilliant game. They're both from the same, the Happy Puzzle Company, but this will be really good. And we're finding that Bartley was finding this a little bit too easy for him, or should we say, we were finding that he was winning against us a little bit too often. So for his Christmas, let me just hold this. So this is kind of in order of how it is age-wise. This one is for 8+, and it's the same idea from the same company, but it's the Genius Star, and it just fills in a different shape, a little bit more difficult, and well, hopefully these will span across everyone in our family, and we'll get some good fun out of it. But let me open this one up and show you. But I would highly recommend it. You know, when you find a game, like we have like mummy WhatsApp groups, and we used to always message saying, oh, I found this game, it's really good. I would highly recommend it if your child likes dinosaurs or likes tractors or, you know, is into this. I found it and it's kind of, oh, thank you for telling me that. That's really good. My nephew likes that. And it was just a really good way of sharing. So this is kind of my idea of like sharing it with you guys, to share something that we found that we like. So this is one, this actually doesn't go back into the library. All our games are games of puzzles and jigsaw puzzles are stored in the library. This doesn't go back in the library. This one stays in the lounge because it's the sort of thing that you can pull out and play. I've played this on my own. One of the Saturday mornings, I was having a cup of tea at the kitchen table and I took it out and just challenged myself, because it's also very good for brain training style things, and the grandparents really like it too, and they enjoy those sort of brain training app things, because it does challenge you. They say there's a solution. I think it's a solution for every I can't remember where I read that, but they basically have worked out, there's 62,208 possible puzzles, and they have worked out, it seems impossible sometimes, but there will always be at least one solution, and that's why it's called the Genius Square. So this is definitely, I'll open this one up and show you it, so you can get an idea of the size. And the tray's plastic, but the pieces themselves are wooden, which is lovely. Let me show you.
Okay, so this is the Genius Square. Get it open. And inside, this is what the box looks like. So each person has a set of blockers and a set of shapes. You've got the instruction booklet, obviously, to tell you how to do it. So these are the two sets, and each person gets that. And then underneath, there's a set of die that have the numbers on them. So what you do, let's just open up one set for me. Okay. So what we do is we just roll them into here. If there's three of us playing, the third person rolls one at a time and shouts out like a bingo caller. But if it's just the two of you, what we do is we just roll them into here. Makes it nice and even, nice and fair. And then we fill in the squares. So B6, F1, D1, B1, and D6, so B1, D6, D4, and D5. So once you've got it in, we then wait, and then we say, on your marks, get set, and then go. And then the challenge is to fit all the shapes in before the other person manages to get theirs in. Oh, is this going to work? No, doesn't work. So then you've got to think, oh no. So sometimes you get it straight away and you're like, yes. Oh, I'm so close, but no, I need to move that over. And done. Woohoo! You see, so it's a challenge to yourself as well. It's not a bad game, even for giving to like grandparents who are on their own just now. You could even play, if you've both got the game, you could even play it via FaceTime. It's one of those games that you roll the dice at one, roll the dice. Now, I think I'm right when I say that these is a die and that these are dice, but you can decide what you think the right way of saying it is. I know what I think. But anyway, it's a game that you could sort of do as a family via FaceTime. So if both of you have this game, then you just roll these. One of you would roll it, say which blockers, and then on your marks, get set, go. It's a sort of game that you could play as a family over FaceTime. So I think this is a fantastic game because it covers all ages. And I think this one's the best one. Obviously, I haven't tried the star yet, but I think this is good because it can cover the full range of family. Grace can manage this one, but also the older family members. And it's as difficult for us as it is, as you saw by my 3 attempts, it is as difficult for us as it is for the younger ones. They can sometimes see it and manage it straight away faster than we can. So I think the star will be good as a different kind of game, and I think the B1 will be good as a different kind of game for the younger ones, just to get them introduced to this sort of type of game. However, I think this is the ideal one because, well, partly because it's the first one we found, but I think this is a really good one to give as a gift. The alternative is you could buy it as a gift and then separate it and take one section home for you
and give the other section to the other person if you didn't want to buy 2 of them. But then of course then you couldn't play it as a double at home. But if you've got two elderly grandparent sets, they could do that as a group. But yeah, I'm going to go tidy this away now. But that is what has arrived to give to them. And it's just nice when you find a game. Obviously this isn't wooden, but this is wooden as well. I just think it's just it's a nice feel in your hands. And I just think it's a nice when you find a game that you think, oh, that's like the game that you will be buying for presents. And I just think it's really nice to be able to do that. One item I had under the tree 5 years ago are these Lishimo welly boots, Wellingtons. Now they are pure rubber, so I'm away to go and protect them with this spray that comes with it. Or maybe I paid for this. I think I bought this as an extra, but it hasn't been done for a while. I've given them a wash and I'm away to go and treat them with this. But these have been an investment piece. They are neoprene lined, which when you live in Scotland is an almost essential unless you want cold feet in wellies. Even welly socks. I was a huge Hunter fan. I wore Hunter wellies constantly. But I went through probably one pair every 2 years because the rubber would split at where you would bend your foot, and it would split, and I would be devastated because I wasn't ready to part with those wellies, so I ended up buying the same again, and the same would happen. So these were a lot more expensive than Hunter wellies. However, they've lasted 5 years, and they will look so much better once I put this on them. Should have put something down on the floor because I've made a total mess. Luckily I'm going to be cleaning the floor later, so it's not a big deal. But that is them sprayed and protected. And look, they've been revamped. They're almost like a brand new welly boot again. The bottom actually wasn't 100% dry. You can see where the line is from where it wasn't totally dry. But it just totally revamps them and they're like brand new again. So I would definitely highly recommend if you are a big, heavy use of welly wearer, if you do a lot of walking, you walk the dog, if you have a dog, or you do lots of countryside walks and you're wearing welly boots a lot, or even if you need a pair of boots that have the functionality of a welly boot but the warmth of an actual boot, these are fantastic. I would say when I started looking at them, the cost was quite a difficult thing because they were so expensive, and I was so used to buying Hunter wellies usually in the sale. So to then go and pay this sort of price for a pair of welly boots, I really struggled. But price per wear, these are actually more cost effective than my Hunter welly boots were, because my Hunter welly boots lasted 2 years. These are 5 years and still going. You can see, I'll come really close, you can see the wear on them is very minimal. The soles are it's still got a bit of stone in them, but it's still really great tread on them. That was the other thing I always found with my Hunter welly boots, that the tread wasn't as substantial as these, so they do act as kind of like your walking boot as well. So that would be something under the tree if you know someone who is a keen walker or enjoys the countryside and you're looking for something to buy them under the Christmas tree that they will love. I would highly recommend the neoprene. These are the Verona. Let me just check that. Okay, I'll probably say this totally incorrectly, but it's Viersonort. I'll tag them in the description box down below. But that's the one that I went for. These are obviously 5 seasons ago, but they still sell male and female versions of this boot. So I would definitely add that onto my top purchases that have been worth the money. Yes, more expensive, but price per wear, these are so much better value than a lot of other brands out there at the minute. Right, next job. So that's one other job done. Next job I am going to do is I'm going to unpackage my Barber jacket. Now I'm going to insert a video here that I took, I think it'd be about 4 weeks ago now, when I was just about to send my Barber jacket off to be repaired. I was looking into getting the sections, which they do, trying to get the sections repaired inside. I had some rips around my sleeves and inside my jacket. I've shown you all them in this video. But when they came back with the price to do that and to re-wax it, it was going to be £105. So, bearing in mind that in the January sales, and there's nothing wrong with this jacket is still perfectly functional. So bearing that in mind, I thought if I did want to buy a new jacket, I would put that £105 towards that. However, I have spent £35 to get it re-waxed so that it's looking a little bit better. So I will insert the before clip just now so you get to see the jacket how it was. But this is another sort of thing in terms of this, caring for your products that you buy to make them last longer is not only good for the environment, good for your pocket, but also it saves fast, they call it fast fashion, where you're buying things and chucking them. This is keeping, the jacket was bought the year before the boots, so it's 6 years old. And I fully intend to keep it for a lot longer. Yes, I didn't repair the fabric in the inside. You do not see that. There's a little part of the pocket that you do see that is damaged, that I didn't notice until after I'd requested to get it repaired. But other than that, I think it just adds to the country chic, you know, like it's been in the family for generations. You know what I mean? It kind of just adds to, I love like a hand-me-down coat where it's been handed down, and I'm always so proud to wear my mum's coats and my granny's coats that were pieces that were either given to them or handed down to them. So I really like that sort of style, so I don't mind that. But at least you know that service is there for a loved coat, a pre-loved coat, or a pre-loved coat that you bought at a cheaper price. You can send it off to barber and get that jacket repaired. So don't be put off looking at second-hand places or on Facebook Marketplace or your Gumtree and finding a jacket that you really like. It might have a little bit of damage, but you know that barber can repair, fix it. So I'll go get the bag and open it up with you so you can see what the re-waxing looks like. But before I do that, I will insert the video just now of what the jacket looked like before I sent it off. So I've just given my barber a wash down. You're not supposed to use anything on it, so I've just used just water and a sponge. There are a couple, I never noticed that little bit of a damage there on the actual sleeve, but the cuffs are needing repaired, and also under the arms. So I'm going to send it away for a re-wax, and then hopefully they can amend, or hopefully they can repair the sections that need repaired. But I just love this jacket. It's nice and fitting. It's a lovely shape on. You can pull it in at the side, a little buttons at the side. So I really like it. So I just hope that it will come back looking a lot fresher and a lot better than it does just now. It's a little bit tired, needs a re-wax, and hopefully it will look good. Oh, there's a damage bit there as well. Like, I don't know if they'll be able to repair that, but we can ask them anyway. I'm going to go and package this in a bag and send it off to barber. Oh my, this floor is so slippy. I'm going to have to clean it before someone has an accident in it. But this is the jacket, just arrived back. As I say, I had fully intended to get it completely repaired, but instead I got it re-waxed. Ooh, oh, it looks good, guys. So it tells me, oh, it's just got my tag on it. So this is the jacket after, let me come a bit closer, after it's been re-waxed. And it looks like a new jacket, guys. It's still got a little bit of wear, obviously, on the corners of the pockets, which I actually really like that sort of style. I like things to look as though they've been worn rather than everything that you wear being absolutely brand new. You actually quite like when things look a little bit worn and not immaculate. That was a little rip in the corner that I was concerned about repairing, but that's the only section that you can see. The other bits that haven't been repaired are actually inside the sleeves. Now I used to wear it like this, which is why it's become worn, but you can see that I didn't opt to get that repaired because you can't see it when the sleeves are like that. And for £105, I didn't think it was worth repairing the jacket, but I searched for ages to find this style of jacket. Let me try it on for you. But I am delighted to have it re-waxed because it just, not only does it make it a little bit more weather-proof, but it just looks a lot nicer and a little bit more well kept when it's got that on it. Let me take off the tag got a tag on it just to show it was mine. I searched for ages to find a jacket like this, and this is the one I chose. And I just think it's really flattering. It's sort of pulled in at the waist. Click it up a bit. So it's got the two pockets at the front. It's got the pull-in sections at the waist, which I can do a little bit tighter. Which I can pull in a little bit tighter at the side, and it fits nicely over my bust. And I've got a little lapel pin that goes on that says Barber on it that you'll have seen me wearing. But the insides, I opted not to get them repaired. But the re-waxing, in terms of the £35, I think that looks superb. it just gives it a new lease of life, and it will make it last a little bit longer because there's absolutely nothing wrong with the jacket. The jacket is perfect, and that little bits of wear, as I say, I think add to how it looks and the character. And it's kind of given the jacket a new lease of life. So I didn't need to chuck it and buy a new one. I just needed to revamp it slightly, and that'll last me for another 6 years, I would guess. But at least you know that service is there. If it's a jacket that is an heirloom or it's been passed down from to you, and you really want to keep that jacket and you don't want to get rid of it, then you know that service is there. I better clean up the floor before I have an accident. I've slipped on that floor twice already. This co-mop has totally changed how I clean my floors, because I used to steam mop them, and when the children were little, you did it routinely because they were obviously crawling, but then you got lazy. Well, I got lazy and I didn't take the steamer, wait till it warmed up, got it done. This, I just pull out the cupboard, fill my inside the little bottle that slots into there, and then on the handle, it's got a little spray, and you just squeeze it and spray. I still use my steam mop, but this one means that my floors are not as dirty as they would be if I waited until I did my steam mopping. I can just use this for any little spills or any little touch up or tidies up. And then these just attach off the bottom and go in the washing machine. So really, really handy to use in your kitchen. It's also really handy for cleaning your shower, because you can just turn it on its side and go up and down the shower as well. Very handy. And as you will see from one of my vlogs before, I use this to clean the windows of the greenhouse at the very top. So multi-uses of it, and there are cheaper brands. Mum has bought some for the flats in Aberdeen, and they're a slightly cheaper model, but the same sort of idea, and then she just fills it with coal. If I can find the ones that she's bought and that she would recommend, I will link them both in the description box down below. Okay, this is like a recommendations video. I might just call it a recommendations video. But no, I'm just telling you as I'm using it, and as well mentioning it while I'm in the process of cleaning my floor. I thought I'd sit down and finish my cup of tea, and also explain to you that by sharing these sort of things, these are the sort of things I would be recommending to family, and I hope that you guys get that sort of sense of what I recommend I would be recommending to my family. Like these headbands, for example. A big shout out to my niece Beth, who has bought these as well, and my brother-in-law Sam, who bought the covers that I showed you for going over the top of bowls or fruit or tomatoes or half-cut lemons, that sort of thing. He bought those. So I wouldn't be recommending these things if I didn't want my family, who I love, to go and spend their hard-earned cash on. So the things I recommend are things that I would be recommending to my family. So a big shout out to Beth and Sam, and thank you for being such big supporters. But I've had a few friends buy these, and they've all loved them. My other sister-in-law's also bought them, and she loves them too. So big shout out to Laura as well. So one of my school friends, Kimberly, her little sister Becky has bought them. She's also born on Bonfire Night, and I actually remember when her birth was announced on my birthday, and I was so delighted that she was born on the same day as me. So big shout out to Becky as well, and she loves them too. And she has a little daughter that these are perfect for as well. So it's really nice that that my friends and family are buying these. And if you are a follower and hopefully a subscriber, but if you are and you've bought them as well, or are influenced by anything that I say, I really do enjoy hearing them. When I get the text messages from the friends and family, and when I get messages on Instagram saying, just watched your vlog, thoroughly enjoyed it, I would love if you commented down below so that I can see it on my YouTube as well. And it might also encourage other people to think, oh, that someone else said it's really good. Not just take my word for it. If someone else has bought it and really likes it, I would love for you to comment, because I do get really excited when I suggest something and then someone buys it. I'm like, whoa, they liked it too. I'm so happy. And it makes me really, really pleased, which is why I enjoy doing this. I enjoy being able to share things that I have found. I don't share everything, but I try and share the things that I think are good purchases or worth you spending money on. I better drink this because I'm not going to be drunk and it's going to be cold. It's at that perfect temperature, where it's not too hot where it burns, you got to blow. It's not too cold where you think, oh, it's that perfect body temperature when you put it in your mouth, it just sort of glides down. Oh, my favourite temperature for tea. Anyway, but yes, I would love to hear, I love hearing any sort of advice. And I'm learning as well. So if there's anything that you would like to see, and if you are new here, then I would love for you to subscribe. I do a little happy dance when I get a notification saying, you have one new subscriber. It makes me really, really happy. So, and I hope that you enjoy watching the vlogs as well. Not just for like inspiration with gifts like this, which kind of cover all the ages, but just for even just sharing my like life with Lynn, just for sharing that. I hope you enjoy. Obviously you only see about 1 or 2 days worth of what I do during the whole week, but I try to include things I think you will find useful or that you might not have thought of, like repairing your barber jacket. It was actually my best friend Nikki who said, oh, I got my jacket re-waxed, and I was like, it looks like a brand new jacket. So that then prompted me to get mine done. And it's the sort of thing that if you don't know about it, then it's only through word of mouth. It's the sort of thing that I like to share with you guys if I found it helpful, and that was something that one of my friends recommended. And when one of my best friends recommends something and I think it's really good, it's the same sort of thing. And I hope that I then become one of your best friends and that you then see me as that kind of, oh, Lynn said that's good. Oh, speaking of good things, this is from my last vlog. Let me just remove the hair from it. But this is something that I'm going to encourage Grace to put on her Santa list, because this has been like our lifesaver. So many things out there for children for their hair. Spray this on their hair. Now, if you look into the ingredients and some of the things that are detanglers or that can be used as detanglers, some of the things that you are aerosoling beside your child, they are then inhaling, are not good. I know that you can use a Tropic toner. I haven't found that that works. However, I do know that people have used that, and obviously Tropic is all natural. But there are other things that are not natural, and you're spraying that beside your child and breathing in, which blows my mind. If you are the same as me though, where you have a child with very tangle prone hair, now Grace's hair is still the baby soft, beautiful, blonde, just lovely hair, but it's so easy and prone to tangling because it is that type of hair. And I have tried tangle teasers. I have tried, loads of different products out there that claim to be good for detangling. This one, I know Steve says I exaggerate when I say it's changed my life, but this one, he will actually agree, has changed our life for the better, because usually there would be tears, there'd be screams, and I would say, she started saying it to me, you have to deal with it. But sometimes it is just a nightmare to detangle her hair. Absolute nightmare. This brush has honestly been the best thing that I've asked her to put on her Santa list. That's how much. And she actually wants to put on her Santa list because she loves getting her hair brushed with this now. So I want to have one in every single possible place that she brushes her hair. I want to have one. So if you are the same as me and have tried every person's recommendation and have tried everything, I would highly recommend this. And well, there are still some hairs, don't look too closely. I would highly recommend this. I actually like brushing my wet hair with this because it feels like a massage. I will tag it in the description box down below, and I hope that you will message me and thank me, because I promise you this. I actually got this for $8.99 on Amazon. It went up to $11.99. And then it went back down to $8.99 and then back up to $11.99. So I apologise. I will tag it down below and hopefully it's at the cheaper price, but keep an eye on it if it isn't. But yeah, it's been, I have to say that I love it. Anyway, I better finish my cup of tea because that is my alarm now going. That's my 10-minute warning alarm, snooze, to go and pick up the children. So that'll give me enough time to empty the dishwasher, empty the washing machine, and put away some of the dry clothes, lay out the stuff for ironing, so that when my iron does arrive, I am fully ready to do Neighbours and Home and Away marathon and be able to catch up on all my ironing and test out my iron. It's going to be very much a purchases vlog, this one, which is not what my intention was, because I don't want to be the kind that is only showing you things I buy, because that is not my intention on this vlog, on my platform. My platform is not a case of go spend some money. I don't want it to be like that. I want to inspire you with things that you're doing anyway. So I apologise that this video is going to be a little bit of get your jacket re-waxed, do your boots, it's going to be a little bit of this, that, and what you should buy. But I apologise, it's going to be a bit like that this week. But it's the week after my birthday, and this is life with Lynn. This is 38-year-old Lynn buying irons and rewaxing her jackets and resealing her rubber Le Chameau boots. Yeah. Hopefully 38-year-old Lynn, hopefully 38-year-old Lynn gets a little bit more exciting in the next little coming months. And I will see you in the next vlog, and I hope you have enjoyed this one. But if this is your first time here, it is sometimes more exciting, sometimes not. But please look back at previous videos if you want to get a full overview. Anyway, I will see you in the next vlog. Thanks guys, love you lots, bye!